I thought I'd do another dreadlock video, because it's about 9 months I've had dreads now, I suppose. About 9 months, yeah, they're there. The ends aren't dreaded, but I do have dreadlocks, as you can see. Still very loopy. Crazy on the ends, of course. But this is what immature dreadlocks like. Yeah, like that sort of thing. I've got some really crazy ones like that. They were kind of joining together a bit too much, so I put some bits of chenille fabric in, like this stuff, which looks like the things you get to ring the bells in church. Got quite a lot of that. It's quite heavy. That's my first crazy one. Still crazy, really bendy. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's great. Yeah, those bits of chenille and wool kind of separate things out a bit. I sort of braided it over the bit that was dreaded, because the ends weren't, on a lot of my hair the ends aren't dreaded, so I just braided them over the dreaded bit, and then I've got more new dreaded bits close to the roots. Some places they're forming congos, like there's a really good Congo here. That one, oh look at that, that's a serious Congo. But it's going to make a nice chunky dread that I'm going to like. Kind of encouraging this bit to do the same, because that was a bit Congo-y. I don't mind the idea of having a big chunky one here. Other side of my head, Yeah, it's mad. It's lots of loops, tons of loops. I think the other side started locking before this side. I think this side's been a bit slower. So maybe, I don't know which side's the more loopy. They're both pretty damn loopy. That's the stage that they're at, the loopy stage. Yeah, that's more chenille. Some of them are quite thin, like that one. It's really bendy on the end. And some of those are starting to join together a bit. I had an interesting thing happen here. There's like a new bit. Where is it? This bit sort of started in between two existing locks, and it seems to be trying to fight to join one of them. I don't know which one it's going to join. No idea. Some of these bits of chenille I might actually move a bit further up to the scalp. Yeah, it kind of separates it out and stops it all forming a big Polish plait. That's why I did it. And I think it's nice to have bits of stuff in your hair. There's some very bendy ones right at the bottom, like that one. Oh, I've got such a cold at the moment. Well, I've had such a cold, it's been really bad. And there's another really crazy one, if you can see it in the light. Oh, it's all very strange shapes. It's organic shapes. There's more of that. So yeah, that's my dreads. I don't know whether they will turn neat. I don't know if I really want them to be neat, actually. These are how they form. So yeah, however they form. Yeah, I've just got crazy hair. It's funny, 'cause like, they all were pretty uniform when I had braids, and then the roots locked a little bit, and then some of them have decided to hang out together, and just sort of like, oh well, okay, you can hang out together. In other places I've kind of separated them deliberately, because I still like to be able to get to my scalp. I'm not washing them as often. I don't think I really need to. I've sort of noticed that since I stopped using shampoo, my scalp has been a lot less oily. It's been kind of drier. I guess my scalp's not battling to sort of produce stuff to get rid of detergents and funny little bits of residue left over from them. So, yeah. That's a good one. So I'm just growing them. I'm just growing them and seeing what they do at this stage. Yeah, it's very heavy, my hair at the moment, 'cause with all this chenille in it. There's lots of it, and the back there's these really huge, chunky ones. I'll show you the chunky one. That one there was my first Congo, and it's a big dread. That one. I like that one. That one's going to be... I'm looking forward to that one being really long. Yeah. Dreads galore. I put some ribbons in as well. It's not all just wool. Yeah, these bits of ribbons, which I braided round with, like, I got some ribbon, then I stitched a bit of thin ribbon to it, then braided the thin ribbon round the outside of the thick ribbon and the dread, so it kind of wraps around it. I think that's quite nice. I'm probably going to do more of that sort of stuff as my hair gets longer, and when I get more bits of interesting fabric. I'm not wanting it to be uniform, I'm just wanting to play with it, really. I've got these really good things on my hand. I'll show you. These things. Funny little bits of telephone wire almost. I keep using these to tie all my hair up. And using thread wraps and things. I'll not show you now because it takes too long. Maybe in the next video. It's probably going to be, I don't know, about 3 months till I do another one, maybe. Then it's kind of a year of dreadlocks. When it's my 3 months, I suppose it'll be my kind of dreadiversary. It's interesting how there's some of these have only sort of locked a certain length of the way, and other ones have kind of in a process of still kind of slowly creeping down towards the bottom. And then I've got these other ones where all of it's kind of knotty, even though it's a bit mad. Where's it going? Yeah, it just does it at its own pace, I suppose. That one. That one, yeah. I haven't done anything to try and make these smooth like some people do. I just left them, really. Yeah. Anyway, that's my dreadlocks. As they're forming. Some of them have shrunk. There's one that I put wool in at the back that had shrunk. It was only maybe about that long, maybe about 5 inches out of hair that had been sort of out about here. And other ones at the front are, you know, the length hasn't dreaded. I've still sort of got the length, it's just sort of the dread is at the top, and then there's sort of bits of hair dangling down at the bottom of the dread. You know, some people think, oh, you know, this whole thing of putting straight bits of fabric through hair that's slightly wavy looks a bit crazy, but I like it. There was years ago when I was at uni, there was someone who used to do their hair like this, and I thought it was cool, so I thought I'd do the same thing. Yeah, some of the bits of wool I've kind of, there was one that put wool in. This one, yeah, that was going out in all directions, and there were two. That was a Congo as well. So I decided to put some stuff around it just to sort of encourage it to knot together a bit better. Because it's going to Congo. It has Congoed. So I thought I'd just sort of hold it together for a bit, and it'll do its own thing. That had formed two kind of knotty, thin locks on the end where there'd been braids, and now it's joined into one. Yeah, I don't know how I don't know. It's a question I'd really love to know. Is how long do dreads grow at the roots each year? I'm guessing they're not going to grow as much as hair that's not dreaded, which I think grows about ½ inch a month, maybe, about 6 inches a year. My guess is dreads are going to grow about half that speed, because they're sort of knitting together and bending around and making zigzags and knotting and all this stuff at the roots. So my guess is that if you have dreads, your hair grows slower. But it does grow at the roots, even though it looks like it's shrinking at the ends when you first get them, which is what mine's doing now still. Yeah, that's my guess. It grows about 3 inches a year, perhaps. So I'm thinking, you know, if I grow my dreads down to my bum, maybe that's probably going to take about 9 years, I guess. Maybe on top of the year that I've, well, nearly a year, 9 months that I've started letting these knots grow. They're really strong. Look at that. Urgh. Yeah, they got knots in, but you can really put strain on them. They're strong. And those ones, you could dangle, I don't know, a baby's cot or something. Well, not a cot. Like one of those baby dangling things. You know, not Michael Jackson style, but one of those, I don't know, baby pouch things you could dangle. You could like knot 2 dreads, and that would hold it, and it wouldn't tear out of your head. It would stay there. So yeah, they are strong. They are strong things. And I've really noticed I'm not shedding hair like I used to before I started to let it knot. I used to have like hair all over the flat. Now I've just got a mess all over the flat. But no hair everywhere. Anyway, that's the progress. See you in about 3 months.